Out on the fishing grounds, it was a known thing that if you caught a shark on your net and Percy was near you, you would call him to untangle it for you. He had a way with animals and fish that very few people had. I had the honor of being with him as a deckhand when a call came on the radiophone. Usually when the shark hits a fish, they would get a mouthful of net as well. Then they would roll and roll and roll and tear the fish away from the net until they wrapped themselves in about a third of the net. Now the fishermen would have to cut the net off, a great loss. However, when Percy Starrett was in the area, he would be called to help. He knew how to talk to the shark. Once he got close to the shark, he would calm it down by telling how sorry he was to see it in this predicament. I believe that his sincerity plus his knowledge how to keep the shark moving back and forth was what did it. You see, the shark was starved for oxygen without being able to swim. The water going through the gills with the movement made it realize that it wasn't going to die. You could see the change in the shark's eyes, from sheer hate to at last someone that can help me look in its face. Then Percy would slowly begin rolling the shark out of the net. Most of the sharks were about 10 to 12 feet long and solid muscle. If he kicked, it would have pulled him into the net and drowned him before anyone could do anything. The shark's skin was covered with razor-sharp spikes, tiny little velvety looking, so it was important not to excite the shark. If he fought, the net would be shredded, and once it was fuzzy, it could be seen in the water by the fish, so it would have to be cut off. Percy would tell the shark how his relatives down below were worried about him and that it would be only a little while before he joins them. It was heavy work. Untangle, roll, move forward and back twice, and untangle again. The tail was the hardest to untangle. Usually he would gently cut a slice in the net along the side of the tail. Whatever he told the shark would keep it absolutely still so as not to accidentally cut the tail. When he was finished, the shark was completely untangled from the net. Percy would say at last, "So long, big fella, you are free to go." And with a last pull and a push, he would let it go. The shark would go down about 6 to 12 feet and then turn around and look a thank you directly at Percy and then continue in its dive to freedom. While fishing with Dad one summer in Rivers Inlet, I had a life jacket and went out for a swim. I accidentally swam among sharks. I saw the dorsal fins surface all around me when I was about 100 feet from the boat. Dad just called me in. As soon as they heard his voice, they left me alone by sounding, which is diving, and going to a different area. My arms became two propellers madly fanning me towards the boat. I couldn't depend on their memory of him saving them from being tangled in nets. My becoming a lunch was not my favorite plan of life. Sharks don't get the respect that they deserve. There's a civilization of intelligent beings under the ocean. You treat them properly and they never forget. They knew my dad was almost as smart as they were. They felt that most of the other humans were empty-minded. Not stupid, just incapable of communicating with them. Dad was a shark talker.